Alright, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites, alright, coming in week in and week out, prophesying the downfall of America, which is coming soon. Alright, giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Harakah Kodash.
Okay, double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that rule well and that teach the word and truth. And salutations, peace, love, and blessings to all the hopefully elect that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, also preaching the truth, all right, preaching the word in truth and in sincerity. So we're just out here, another camp, and we're going to go into the topic of the Israelite foreigners, all right, a topic we haven't touched on in a while, and so we're going to go into it, because in the Old Testament, all it talks about throughout the Old Testament is Israel. All right, even when you go into the prophecy of Yahushai, it's prophesied that Yahushai was going to come from the line of David, man. All right, prophesied that he was going to be an Israelite. He's going to come out of the seed of Jacob, man. All right, and he's coming to save only the Israelites. All right, we're coming into times where biblical prophecy is actually coming to pass on a high level. All right. Because this year was deemed the year of prophecy, man. All right, all types of prophecies are coming to pass. All right, you can see everything that the Bible is speaking about happening right before your eyes. If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you see all these things happening. And there's going to come a point when America is going to start collapsing right in front of your eyes to the point where it's undeniable. Like it tells you in Habakkuk, chapter 2, that says that the vision is going to speak, all right, and it's not going to lie. Now, the vision is talking about the prophecies of the Bible, all right, they're going to speak and they're not going to lie. People are going to see them and they're not going to be able to deny that this is all the workings of the Lord, because as it tells you in the scriptures, everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning, man. All right, the Lord says things that are going to happen before they happen, all right? And we're breaking down the scriptures according to sound doctrine. Now, when this thing is straight up in your face and there's no denying it, everybody's going to be seeking for answers. And a lot of people are only going to be finding condemnation. They're not going to find salvation, all right? 2/3 of Jake, they're not going to find salvation, all right? And then the heathen, they have no place for salvation, man, because they're not Israelites. Now you have Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right, and that's also biblical prophecy, all right. Now in the Old Testament, that's what it talks about, Jake, man. Now, like the elder apostle Tahar said, if it's in the Old Testament, why would it change in the New Testament? All right. So we're gonna get James 1:1, and it's gonna pretty much cut all you Christians that say that everybody can be saved, man. It's only for the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead, please.
This is James 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting, my brethren.
Yeah, read that again. But when it says God, say Yahweh. When it says Jesus Christ, say Yahushai. Okay.
This is James 1, verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahushai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. That's the point. He made it a point not to say, he didn't say to the saints, he didn't say to my fellow laborers. He said specifically to the 12 tribes that were scattered abroad, man. All right, they were scattered throughout the different nations. Okay, you got anything?
Yeah, come.
Go ahead.
You can keep going with that.
That was a point on that.
All right.
Go ahead and you go to Deuteronomy 28, and I believe it's 64. Yeah, so James made it a point, and Paul made it a point too. When you go like Ephesians and Romans, it says to the saints that are in Rome. Okay. These are Israelites that were living in Rome, and they would be known as Israelite foreigners back then. All right, that's why you had the Southern Kingdom, which you had the circumcision which didn't like that Paul was bringing these so-called, they were called Gentiles, all right, Israelite foreigners into the temples, man, into the synagogues, trying, keeping the Passover, all right, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They didn't like that, man, because the circumcision looked at the Israelite foreigners as heathens, all right, but Yahushua came to gather the lost sheep of the house of Israel, all right, and the lost sheep of the house of Israel are scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, man. You got that? Go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
That's a prophecy, and it's also a curse. They said that he was going to scatter us throughout all people, man. Throughout all nations, throughout all of the earth. All right, even amongst Japheth, even amongst Esau, even amongst Moab. All right, you're going to have Israelites that look like these other nations, okay? Because the seed has been mingled throughout the four corners of the earth as a curse and as a reproach. Because to look like another nation is a curse, man. All right? That's a curse that was put upon you. Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Yeah.
Even wood and stone.
And that's what you have. You might have Jakes that's out there in China worshiping Buddha. You have Jakes that are in Elam, over there in being Muslim, or they might be into that Hinduism. Okay, you have Jakes that are in South America, worshiping Cesare Borgia. You got Jakes that are in North America worshiping Cesare Borgia, man. So in the lands of these different captivities, which Jake is in captivity everywhere that he's at, man. All right, Jake is worshiping these other gods, man. All right, even if you think that you're a Christian, you think you believe in the Bible, you actually don't understand the Bible. So therefore, you can't believe in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So you're worshiping, you're into another philosophy, man. All right, is there more, or is that it?
This is Nehemiah chapter 1, verse 5. And I beseech thee, O Lord, power of heaven, the great and terrible power that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
Yeah, they keep a covenant and mercy for them that observe his commandments. That's why Paul was saying that circumcision is nothing but the keeping of the law, man. All right? So your uncircumcision will be counted for circumcision if you a keeper of the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right, because seeking after righteousness, you don't have to be back in those days when Yahushua came. You didn't have to be a Pharisee or a scribe. Or know that you was a Jake, man. That's what Paul's ministry was about. He was about gathering up the ones that were lost, man. That's what Yahushua came to do, man. Gather up the Israelites that were lost.
That's correct. This is Acts chapter 28, verse 26. Verse 24.
First Ezra 8 and
22. But we desire to hear of thee what thou thinkest, for as concerning this sect, we know that everywhere it is spoken against. And when they had appointed him a day, there came many to him into his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of the Most High, persuading them concerning Yahushua, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning till evening. And some believed the things which were spoken, and some believed not. And then they agreed not among themselves. They departed, after that Paul had spoken one word, while spake the Holy Ghost by Isaiah the prophet unto our fathers, saying, Go unto this people, and say, Hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and not perceive.
That's 2/3 of Israel, man. 2/3 of Israel, they can hear the words that's being spoken, but they're not able to perceive that this is the truth. Okay? Because the Lord's only dealing with the elect out of the nation of Israel, and that's it. So everybody that's not chosen by the Lord directly, all right, that wasn't given to Yahushua by the Most High, is not going to be able to understand the truth. That's why when you see, you might see a brother that looks like another nation, but he believes in the truth. That's because that was a gift that was given to him from the Lord. Just like when Yahushua asked Peter, who do you say that I am? And he said, you're the Lord. And he said, blessed art thou, Peter, for flesh and blood hath not revealed this to you, but my Father which is in heaven. So being revealed the truth out of all this darkness, being a light in the darkness, is a gift from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? And only Jake could get that, could really receive that gift, man. Because the Lord's only dealing with the house of Jacob, man.
The elect of Jacob.
The elect at that. Which that's the Israel of the Most High. Some more?
Verse 27, for the heart of this people is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have they closed, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
Yeah, and they can't be healed because they're too deep and deeply indoctrinated into these other philosophies, man.
Or they're wax gross.
Go ahead, say something. Speak on it if anything comes to your mind.
Yeah, Jake's wax gross. I mean, Jake is polluted to the point to where one of the prophets coming out here and tell our people the truth. If they can't get it and embrace it, that's because they're wax gross. The Lord made certain Jakes vessels unto destruction, man. 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed. They can't get the truth, man. As far as they can go is knowing that they're an Israelite, man. Everything else is a secret unto them, man. Bits and pieces they might agree with or say they believe, but really they don't understand what's going on, man. It says the wise shall understand, which the wise is the elect, and the 1/3. They're going to understand, okay? But everybody else in the earth is not going to understand what this truth is really about until the kingdom comes, man. And I have more. Yeah, that's you. All right? Go. It says, verse 28, be it known therefore unto you that the salvation of the Most High is sent unto the Gentiles, and that they will hear it.
Yeah. And really, every Jake was a Gentile at one point in time because the heritage was taken away from Jake. So even if you look like a straight up so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, you were still a Gentile bugged out in the world because you didn't understand the truth until the Lord woke you up out of it through his men, the apostles and the elders, on down to the young ones that's out on the highways and byways preaching the word. Everybody was at one point a Gentile. You see Jakes walking up and down these streets, they're Gentiles, man. All right, they're strangers to the customs of Israel. That's why it tells you in the scriptures to keep, basically to keep the heritage which was given to you. You know what I mean? I can't remember where it's at or exactly what it says, but it's basically saying to keep the customs of your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Which Jake isn't doing in this world. They're actually of their father, the devil, man. Can you real quick get St. John 8:44, Baba Kishar? St. John 8:44? Because 2/3 of the nation of Israel are of their father the devil. They're uncircumcised, all right? They're not Israelites in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, as it tells you, if you don't hear the word, then count him as a heathen, man. Okay? And that's pretty much what 2/3 of Israel are. They're spiritual Edomites. All right, you got 2/3 of Jake, which are, you got gang members. You got murderers, you have rapists, adulterers, you have drug dealers, okay? Jakes that are worshiping idols, Jakes that are worshiping money. They're all about money and cars and women, all right? All that stuff is folly, man. All right, all of that stuff is contrary to the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. And really what Jake is doing is destroying themselves, man. All right, destroying their neighborhoods, destroying their brethren. Okay, killing each other over drugs, over money, over women. And that's the spirit of Esau, man. You go back into the times when Esau took over Europe, they started fighting each other over money and power, man. They started a world war with each other, killing each other off, man. All right, that's the spirit of Esau, is to have hatred towards your brother, man. All right, you got that?
This is St. John 8, verse 4.
44.
Oh, Salaki. 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
That's talking about Jake. They're saying, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are of your father, the devil, which the devil, according to the Bible, is Esau, the so-called white race, all right? Which he's not white, man. He's not pure. There's nothing good about him. All right, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right, and he's ruling the world right now, and he's contrary to the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. All right, which you're supposed to be in tune with if you're a Jake, man. All right, naturally you're supposed to be righteous. Naturally, Esau's supposed to be wicked. See, Esau trying to reverse the roles, but he can't hide his wickedness, man. All right, and he's trying to pin everything on Jake. Because devil means deceiver, it also means slanderer. So he's always talking shit about Jake. Alright? Want to point out all the flaws that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have. Because like I said, Jake is into selling drugs. Alright, Jake is into gang banging and shooting each other over nothing, over colors, over different streets. You know what I'm saying? Over women. But Esau is the one that set all that up, man. He gave the Jake woman the power to be able to do whatever she wants, to be able to get abroad, to be able to get Jake into certain situations where he gets killed, man. To be able to be fucking on this guy and this guy and this guy, and they get into a fight over this one bitch. Esau put all the drugs in these different Jake communities so that they could be selling drugs and becoming degenerates, man. Addicted to cocaine, addicted to heroin. You see what I'm saying? Put all the guns in these different communities, man. Alright, this shit is all by design, man. Alright? And you guys play straight into that shit, man. That's why it says you are of your father the devil. Alright, that's why it tells you if you got the spirit of the Lord, you can see through all the snares and nets of the devil, man. Which all this gangbanging shit, all this drug dealing, all this women and money and power and cars, all that shit is snares of the devil, man. The ways of this world, which it says that the ways of this world is contrary to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Alright? The gods of you so-called, the God of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Go ahead.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
The lust of your father you will do, trying to get money, trying to get power, trying to get carnal things according to this world. And doing it through wickedness and violence, man. Through witchcraft and sorcery. Esau's blessing was the sword, man. Your blessing was to be the salt of the earth. Your blessing was to be the greatest people in the world. Your blessing was to be able to swindle people out of their shit just through pure swag, man. Alright? Esau's blessing was a sword, man, to go around and take shit by force. That wasn't you Jake's blessing, man. Alright? That wasn't you Jake's curse, man.
Yeah, our blessing, our portion, was to establish order on the earth using the laws, statutes, commandments that were written for us, man. See, the scriptures, okay, is a blueprint or an instruction for Israelites how to live. And then we were supposed to reflect the image of the Most High on the earth, man. He created us in His image, meaning to do according to His will, His commandments. All right, when somebody is out of order, we're supposed to go and establish order, man. Because when something's out of order, that's chaotic, man. And we're supposed to go in there and say, no, you're not supposed to do that. Do this. Okay? In the kingdom, that's how we're going to rule on the earth, with the law, statutes, commandments. These heathens break a law, statutes, commandment, there's going to be a penalty to that. Okay? Such as there's sins and there's sins unto death and sins that are not unto death. Well, we're going to go and start organizing and establishing that in the earth, man. Because right now with the so-called white man ruling, it's chaotic everywhere, man. Okay? It's just homosexuals everywhere, pedophiles everywhere. Why? Because the so-called white man is a homosexual and a pedophile. Okay? And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is righteous, perfect, and holy. And that's the way He created us to be, which we can't. But in the kingdom, that's how we're going to be. When you read, I believe, Hebrews, the 8th chapter, it goes into how the Lord's going to establish a new covenant with us, man. He's going to write his words into our inward parts. So we are going to be perfect in the kingdom. And then we're going to be showing the heathen how to live. But they're not going to be perfect. Okay? You got something?
Yeah, hold on, let me find. Go ahead, if you want to speak a little bit more.
So we're gonna be perfect.
Hold it. Okay, I got it.
All right.
So this, just landing on what the brother's talking about. So I got some precepts to back the brother up, man. Because he said, why? He made a good point. Why is there so much wickedness in the earth? All right. Why is there pedophiles everywhere? Why is there homosexuals everywhere? First and foremost, this is Baruch 4:1. It says, this is the book of the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now we know that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is the creator of the universe. So this is the book of his commandments. Like the brother said in instruction book. This is how you're supposed to live. Okay? This is the way that you're supposed to be. This book is the guidelines of how to run your kingdom, how to establish righteousness. Okay? And the law that endureth forever, all they that keep it shall come to life. All right, which keeping these law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, and having faith in the sacrifice that Yahweh Shai made will lead you to eternal salvation. Okay? All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So if you don't rule or establish righteousness according to the ways of this book, which is the guidelines of how to run a kingdom, how to run your life, basically life in general, okay? If you leave off of that, it brings nothing but death. So this is why America, this is why the world is completely out of course. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein who is he? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, all right? Now, the brother said so-called white people are homosexuals, so-called white people are pedophiles, so-called white people are thieves and rapists and murderers and conquerors and colonizers, man. Okay? Removing people's landmarks, taking their land, stealing their resources, literally robbery in the highest form, man. Robbing entire nations of people of their goods and their wealth and even their heritage, man. Okay? That's the most criminal. Hey, look. Esau done run up a check, man. Now, you say, not all so-called white people are like that. They're not. Well, it says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? So, Ecclesiasticus 10:1 says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So if you look on the Scruff McGruff map and you see nothing but red dots, but sex offenders all around the entire city, that's because the ruler of that city is just like those people, man. That's because the ruler of the city is into that shit, man. Because Esau has so much power. He has the power of the earth, man. He has power over the earth. He's got cameras everywhere. He's got satellites everywhere. He can listen to and see everything that you do. But yet all this wickedness is just reigning in the world. All the dark web. You got the dark web. Esau could take down the dark web in a heartbeat if he wanted to, man. But he keeps it running because why? Because it pushes out wickedness, man. All right, which furthers his wicked ass agenda. All right, because he's under the vibration of Satan. Go ahead and get that again, St. John 8:44.
Ye are of your St. John 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil.
And we just read who the devil is. The earth given into the hand of the wicked. All right, if not, where and who is he? Who's running the world right now? So obviously, who is the devil talking about? Go ahead.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
All right, being a transgender, being a homosexual, being a weirdo. All right, dyeing your hair blonde, putting contacts in your eyes. All right, bleaching your skin. All this stupid ass shit. That's the lust of your father, the devil, man. Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a murderer from the beginning, man. All right? Cain killed his brother, man. He's the first murderer. That's how he got that mark put upon him. That's how he got that mark of leprosy put upon him in the first place. Go ahead.
And abode not in the truth.
And abode not in the truth. Go ahead.
Because there is no truth in him.
The truth wasn't given to him, man. All right? Cain was separated. Esau was separated, man. Two manner of people. All right? One righteous and one wicked. Good is set against evil, man. All right? Jake was made to be righteous. Esau was made to be wicked. Go ahead.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
Yeah, he speaketh a lie. He speaketh of his own, man. All right? Trying to tell you this is the right way. Trying to tell you we're the chosen people. White is right. Jake bugged out. Y'all are the problem. Y'all are the downtrodden of the economy. Y'all are the drug dealers, drug traffickers, and murderers. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. He's a hypocrite, man. He's really talking about himself. Go ahead.
For he is a liar and the father of it.
For he is a liar and the father of it. He's the father of lies, man. He's pretty much the beginning of sin, man. All right? He's sin incarnate. You might have a bugged out Jake, all right, that have wrought much wickedness in his life. You know why? Jake is a product of his environment, man. In a righteous kingdom, you wouldn't have all this wickedness everywhere, man. All right? You wouldn't have all this filthiness everywhere. You wouldn't have to worry about your daughter growing up and becoming a lesbian, because that vibration wouldn't be being pushed out in the first place. That vibration wouldn't be being normalized in the first place, man. You wouldn't have to worry about your young child stumbling across a video on the internet teaching them about being a fucking transgender, man. Oh, if you don't feel comfortable in your body, if you feel like you should be this or that, you could just change it. Fuck that, man. That's wickedness. All right? Putting thoughts like that in the hearts of these children, man. All right, a righteous judge, a righteous ruler doesn't lead the people astray, man. That's what Esau does. He turned everything upside down. He made wickedness the epitome of what's righteous on the earth. And righteousness is evil according to the ways of this world, man. That's why they call us evil. That's why they say that we preach hate. It says, woe to you, they call a good thing evil, and they call an evil thing good. And that's what this society does, man. Is there more? Or you got something?
Keep going, 45.
No. You got something, Jake?
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who exalted Slakia, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High.
Yeah, he opposeth and exalteth himself. So he opposes the Bible, but he exalts his own ways as the righteous way, man. All right? He says, no, saying that being gay is a bad thing is wrong. You can't judge somebody like that. You have to accept them for who they are. All right? That's this devil exalting his own ways, man. All right, and opposing the ways of the Bible. Because when you go into the law, in Leviticus, it says that if you're a homosexual, that they would put you to death in the ancient world, man. Even those fucking Muslims over there in the Middle East, they be throwing homosexuals off the top of buildings and shit, man. The Muslims are less bugged out than you Americans are, because they know that it brings nothing but confusion. They know that they don't want to take their son to the market and see a faggot walking around, and their son inquire of it, man. And get that demon put on him. Because wickedness, it tells you in Isaiah, spreads like a flame. Alright? Just like a fire that burns in a house will start burning up another house, and another house, and another house. That's what wickedness does, man. It catches, alright? It spreads like a plague, like a virus. And that's what Esau is, man. Esau is the carrier of the virus, man. Like they have a term for people that got the flu. You got some people that catch the flu, and you got some people that carry the flu. Esau is the carrier, man. He's the serpent that has the venom within him, man. That's why he can't be rehabilitated. He is the fucking poison, man. He is the wickedness. And he spreads it abroad. That's why I said the nations are mad. Is there more?
It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High,